Hey, I'm Kat, the co-CEO and co-founder of Ground. I was the head of growth for a lot of consumer companies for multiple years, and I would say that it is absolutely more difficult to grow your consumer brand today as compared to a couple years back. Like if I were to even start with the cost of acquisition, acquiring a customer for the first time, that has skyrocketed, completely impacted the ability for any consumer-facing company to really grow profitably and easily. A couple years ago, if you were looking to grow, you were probably focused on performance marketing, and that's just not the case today. Like if you want to grow and get as many people in the door, you need UGC, you need partnerships, you need a strategy for PR, you need other channels. And ultimately that has created a huge burden for e-commerce teams, right? Like if you're the head of e-commerce manager, retention manager, like you're doing a lot. There are so many channels that you are having to deal with and oversee in order to even get the same return. And this is a really important problem because 66% of the US GDP is relying on consumer. So then how do we as consumer founders and team members, are we able to operate and actually help build our companies? I also think about the promise of software and technologies, and a lot of technologies that have tried to solve for profitable growth and efficient growth have not done it conveniently at all because they're solving for productivity. Teams are wondering, well, I don't need to be more productive because by the time that I even know what to do with the data, it's too late. And so if AI is really here, if machine learning and all these technologies are so advanced, then why do I have to do this when I have so much else on my plate? Can you just create a technology that plugs into my business, that scans, detects these revenue generating opportunities and takes those actions on my behalf? That would be powerful. And that's exactly what we built with Ground. Ground is a revenue driver that uses AI to uncover untapped revenue across the funnel for consumer companies. If you are a consumer brand, you care about two things. You care about increasing or acquiring first-time customers. How do you get more people in the door where 80% of people are not opting in? They're not making their first-time purchase, and that's where AI can come in. Ground is able to predict when those site visitors are individually incentivized and are most likely going to make their first purchase to get them to do so, to collect that first sale. The second thing that consumer brands care about is retention. It's 5 to 25 times cheaper to get an existing customer to come back. And so how do you get that second, third, fourth, fifth product repeatability coming in? How do you do that? Well, Ground's Rebeat AI is able to predict when a specific customer of yours is most likely going to buy a specific product at a specific point in time. So across the board, Ground has a toolbox of machine learning algorithms that are able to sit across your entire ecosystem that you can install in just one click. Your team doesn't need to do anything. You don't have to do anything, right? So that's why it's so powerful, and it's a brand new category. Revenue drivers, it's just a different way to be able to see profitable and convenient growth, and it's absolutely necessary in today's world. Consumer brands, next generation brands are going to be leveraging this technology, and they already are. So Ground powers and supercharges the growth for hundreds of your favorite consumer brands today. I'm talking about your favorite Sephora companies, all the way to, beauty, personal care, home and furniture, food and beverage, apparel, the list goes on. Ground is able to drive up to 40% more email and SMS revenue, which typically is around 10 to 20% more Shopify sales. The question that I always get asked is, how does it work? Like, this sounds amazing. It sounds like magic, but it sounds a little too good to be true. And that's the case for revenue drivers and new category creators. It's so radically different that a lot of teams are wondering, how does Ground work? And I want to dive right in. I want to dive deeper, and I want to explain how each of our different features works. So I'm going to ask you to follow, and let's dive deeper in another video.